Aggression is a feature or trait that every human being exerts. It is a common and natural response that can be activated at different rates, caused by different things, and have a different end result for everyone. Ultimately, there is a consequence that is physical or psychological damage to the aggressor or the person they're taking their aggression out on.
The psychodynamic approach is that humans are born with certain traits or behavioral tendencies that cause them to act in violent ways. This theory is often argued because no one believes you were born an aggressive or violent person. Aggressive behavior is just a compulsion, which means people have an overwhelming feeling that they must act on.
Freud proposed two models that were successful. First was the frustration-aggression theory. He understood that aggression is a reaction to frustration. This is natural and can be a form of jealousy. This theory was later abandoned. The second theory was the revised frustration-aggression theory. He understood that aggression is sometimes unavoidable, but it could be caused from other things rather than frustration. Everybody aggresses at different levels for different reasons. That being said, frustration leads to anger, which does not always lead to aggression and violence.
John Dollard was known for always emphasizing the importance and neglecting the external conditions. He understood how frustration worked and how it acted as a barrier to achieving goals. With that being said, the reaction theory was developed, stating that aggressive behaviors are related to several types of barriers that already exist and get in the way of individuals' goals. Aggressive response is influenced by the amount of frustration built up in someone. Therefore, frustration is a factor, but not the only factor that leads up to aggression.
The ethological approach focuses on external factors as a trigger and also refers to animals as a relation. This theory is the opposite of what Dollard says because it is only focusing on the external factors that can lead to aggressive outbreaks. It is never mentioned if athletes can stop their behaviors if their opponent is weaker, and the social life conditions tell us that these reactions occur at low intensity.
The social learning theory states that people learn by observing others, and in this case, it'd be observing other athletes' aggressive acts. Aggressive behaviors can also be found in the family, social environment, and the media. Athletes learn that aggressive acts is what the media focuses on and knows that by being aggressive, they can become a popular face in the media.
In an article that we read, researchers suggested that aggression in sport may be learned through the socialization process as athletes observe their team and adapt to their team norms. Research has suggested that the socialization process encourages an acceptance of aggression among athletes in high-contact sport compared to those in low-contact sports. And among this, males are more aggressive than female athletes.
Hi, my name's Chris. I'm 15 and I play soccer. I play U16 competitive soccer in the States, and I've been chosen to represent Windsor-Essex County for the International Children's Games. I personally think I'm an aggressive player because it helps benefit my game. Yes, because as I got older, I became more experienced and more competitive.
Chris plays at a high level of sport for his age, and his aggression has continued to get worse as he has become more experienced. This backs up the fact that male athletes are more aggressive than female athletes, and that as the competitive level rises, so does the aggression.
Competition is the main characteristic in sports. This has a huge impact on the rising amounts of aggressive acts. Everyone has a desire to win, and this causes an increase in rivalry and direct confrontation. Many sports often involve physical confrontation between players, and this will ultimately lead to aggression, and sometimes athletes take things way too far.
Aggression is bad in sports because it causes unnecessary outbreaks of violence. It also makes athletes believe that violence is the only answer to solve something. Aggression is not just the desire to win. It is learned early on that being aggressive helps to become successful. Aggressive athletes are looked up to as models, and this teaches the younger ones that fair play is not required all the time.
Aggression can cause injury to players, which can sometimes result in forcing them to end their career in that sport, or in rare circumstances, death. Aggression can also lead to anger and other emotions, and cause penalization, which will cause teams to lose their skilled players, which can result in them losing the game.
Athletes don't think about the consequences of aggression because they think the worst thing that will happen to them is a suspension or a penalty. Coaches and captains should emphasize fair play because they are looked up to by all the players and are seen as role models. Educational interventions should be in place so athletes have knowledge about what aggression is and how they should deal with it. Changes to the media and the sport environment need to take place. Removing alcohol and drugs will cause a huge reduction in aggressive behaviors, and the media needs to stop glamorizing it.